If you pay any attention to the real estate market, you hear these terms buyer's market or seller's market often, and that's kind of like how they categorize a market overall. I want to get into some of those details and some of my opinions about whether right now, end of 2022, we're in a buyer's market or a seller's market. I'm Sam, and thanks for coming by the Living in Tampa channel, where we make videos about what it's like to live, move, and invest in real estate in the Tampa area. We're also a team of realtors, and we would love to help you buy or sell any real estate here in the Tampa area. Give us a call, text, or email anytime. Right now, we hear a lot of this conversation about a shift from a seller's market to a buyer's market. And what does that really mean? Most people, what they mean is that during the pandemic, it was a seller's market. Prices were going up. The sellers had a lot of leverage. They could say, no, I won't fix that plumbing, or they could say, you have to waive this contingency for me to accept the offer. And they have a lot of leverage there. Now buyers have quite a bit more leverage. They can put contingencies in there. They can ask for concessions. They can ask for other kind of things like that make it feel like buyers have more leverage. What people usually mean in this is who gets to hold their ground during the negotiations and say, nope, this is it or nothing. During the pandemic, it wasn't that big of a deal for a buyer to back out of a deal because prices were going up every single week. And so if the seller wanted to put the house back on the market, they knew they would get another offer. And that wasn't so scary for a seller. Right now, when you're negotiating in the middle of a deal, it's under contract, let's say you're selling your house and the buyer just wants too much. Like, you're just not willing to give all of these concessions that they're asking for. And you decide to cancel the contract. Putting it back on the market is kind of stagnant whenever you put it back, because it still shows that big number of active days on the market, and it just doesn't come across like it used to. But I want to bring up a few questions that might be a little bit contrarian, and I want to hear your thoughts in the comments as well. As a buyer, would you rather buy in a market where the prices are going up or going down? When prices are going up and you're buying and then you're immediately seeing appreciation because the market's going up. When prices are declining, either you're waiting for the bottom of the market, which is really difficult to time, or you're buying something and then it's losing value after you bought it. Yeah, real estate is going to appreciate in the long run, but if you're thinking about the short run, as a buyer, you might like the market more if the prices are actively increasing. Just a thought, if you're thinking about your property as an investment, and you're not just thinking of it as a place to live, which I go on both sides of that. I don't always think of a primary home as an investment. It still costs money to operate and maintain. Yeah, you would probably be spending that amount on rent. I do think you would be spending that amount on rent if you were renting instead of buying. So right now, when you look at the Tampa market year over year, so when you look at 12 months ago, prices right now have increased about 12 to 13%. Now, the previous 12 months was crazy. It was 30% or something. So 12 to 13 is increasing a lot less quickly. When you look at August to September, right now it's October, so we don't have that data yet. When you look at August to September, it increased 0.8%. Which is quite a bit slower, but that's still not a decline. One of the reasons I bring this up is to show that just because asking prices are going down doesn't mean property values are going down. People reducing their asking price of a house on the market is very different than actual values going down month over month or year over year. Another kind of contrarian thought is about how rates influence the market and how rates influence whether or not it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. I guess let me clarify what I think is a buyer's or seller's market. Not just who has the most leverage, but who's getting the best deal. All right, so say prices are going up, interest rates are low, like during the pandemic. Actually, that gives a buyer a unique advantage to buy a more expensive house with a lower monthly payment, so they can control a larger asset for less money out of their pocket. Right now, I can still buy that same house, but the payment's gonna be quite a bit higher. Or if I wanna keep that payment as low as it was, I have to buy a less valuable house, so I can control a less valuable asset for the same amount of money. Now, which of those is better? I guess I said I wasn't thinking about it as an investment. Now I am thinking about it as an investment, but I wonder which one you think is more valuable as a buyer. To control the larger asset for less money, or to have the same amount of money out of pocket but control a less valuable asset? Which one would you prefer? Which way do you think the market's going right now? And how are you going to capitalize on that? That's the big question, is how can you in your situation capitalize on what's happening in the market right now? because no matter what's happening in the market, there's still ways to get deals in the midst of it. There's still ways to profit on your property. There's still ways to make the move you want to move. Maybe you've just been dreaming about moving to Florida, and now's the time, no matter what's going on in the market. Of course, if you have cash to buy a house, who cares what the interest rates are? But if now's the time for you to move, now's the time, and let's find you the deal that's right for you. My team would love to help you. We're here to answer any questions you have anytime. Please call, text, or email anytime. If you did enjoy this video, I think you'll enjoy this one right here about how to lower your monthly payment. And as always, thanks for coming by the Living in Tampa channel, and we look forward to helping you.